Hello and welcome. It is marvellous to have your company. You are, of course, tuned into the Hochanda. We've got music playing. Is the music playing? Beep, 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 beep. Can you hear it? Or is it only in my head? Now, it is lovely to have your company. Really, yay. Really looking forward to this one-day special. Of course, I'm going to go down the counter a little way. Our Scott is in the corner. Hi. That's Scott. He will be joining us in a little while, but first of all, fairy hugs. Now, the last time fairy hugs were on, I'm going to warn you, they were so busy. Oh, yes. They were seriously busy. I think this is their very first one-day special, and I am really pleased to be able to bring this to you. Fairy Hugs are a lovely company from America. They're based in South Florida, and they bring the most beautiful stamps, the photopolymer, so good quality stamps, and you can see straight away. You look at them, they are magical, they are just pretty. There's also the possibility to build up so many beautiful images from these. I mean, if you're a fan of backgrounds like I am, oh my gosh, are these not the best stamps to put on those backgrounds? And there's so many different ways you can use them. So, within the collection, you can see you've got, and I'll start talking through what you've got. So you can see there, let me point. So first of all, yeah, that one, favourite, straight away. I mean, how beautiful is that? The gnome mansion. Isn't that just gorgeous? You've got the two little gnomes there. I love the detail that's been carved into that. And that is a really good size stamp as well. So that's your first one. That's a gnome mansion. Next to it, you've got the beautiful little lamps. And what I love about these, because that's kind of, which way? Yeah. Because that's kind of your little lamps, it does mean they'll sort of be able to dangle off whatever you're doing. So if you've got trees, if you've got the vines, then they are absolutely perfect. The whole collection really works together, and there's obviously more on the show. So that's your first two. The next one that we've got down there now, these are your vines. These are ridiculously handy. The hanging vines, they are really handy, because obviously you can build up beautiful backgrounds with these. I mean, it's hanging, but to be fair, that could be grass. You know, that could be growing upwards. It doesn't have to be hanging. It can be going up. But yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And there's two gorgeous stamps. The next one is our little fairy. What she called me, Charlotte. She doesn't know to say it. We're going to say Lantana. Well, if she is called that, it's a beautiful name. Now, she is absolutely stunning. It is Lantana. She's absolutely stunning. And you see, the way she's been designed, she may be holding one of those gorgeous lanterns. She might be just sprinkling fairy dust. You know, there's loads you can do with her, and she is gorgeous, isn't she? Again, I love the way that the dress, the leaves have been engraved into a dress. You've then got the beautiful branch next to her, and the branch next to her, I mean, look at that. That's got the little lanterns, the little leaves. I love the leaves. They look like hearts. Absolutely adorable. So within the collection, you have got all 9 stamps, and it's what you can do with these. I mean, obviously, the beautiful standalone images, that is fabulous. You know, that is literally just stamping on a good background, and that's all you need to do with these. And I think that's the thing about them. They're strong, just stamped in black ink, and they look fantastic. And you can see, I mean, how beautiful does that look? It's got the gorgeous vine leaves just around the outside, just to highlight. Isn't that an awesome image? Love that one. You've got the little fairy there, and she's got loads of little sparkly fairy dust. If you do want the tree, we've got the tree on the show. Obviously, we've got loads of extras on the show. In fact, the gorgeous tree, I will just give you that one again. That one is just sneaked in the bottom there. £14.99. Remember, if you're spending £60 or more, we do give you a flexi, so you can split those payments. I mean, the beautiful vines, that is such a good stamp. There's so many ways you're going to be using that, and you'll see this stamp used again and again and again. They do work with so many. I love that. Look, all the little twinkly stars going into the well. They're all the wishes going into the well. Oh, Oh, isn't that lovely? The wishing well, we have got that on the show. If you do want the wishing well, that's zoomed in at the bottom of the screen for you there. That's 124788. Again, you'll see the vines. I mean, they allow you to build up a picture. You know, they're fantastic at building up those scenes. And our lovely little fairy, and you can see there she is carrying the lantern to light your way. Isn't that just adorable? I mean, it is an adorable collection. One more, and that is lovely. You've got the gorgeous little lanterns, the tree that we've already talked about, and I love this fabulous little lizardy thing. Not quite sure what he is, but I love him. He's fabulous. He looks like a baby dragon of sorts. Absolutely fabulous. He's there at the bottom, and it's Kimber and Zoka. Fabulous. 445413. Okay, if you do want this, this is your one-day special. This is busy. 10% of the stock has already gone. The last time we had fairy hugs, it flew, and we already know with your one-day special we can't get any more. So if you do want this, it is going to be first come, first serve. Please check your baskets out. Oh, yeah. Now, because they are coming over from Florida, of course, it does mean you have to wait a little while. You only have to wait till the 8th of February, though, and that'll come round before you know it. OK, now that's your one-day special. We're going to show you a few more. We're not going to show you everything on the first counter, so we'll already have little sneaky peeks at new things every hour. So the first one, you've already seen the beautiful wishing well, but oh, wow, this is so popular. If you do want the wishing well, it goes with everything. It's a good standalone stamp again. In fact, 20% of the stock of your wishing well has already gone. This is so busy, but it is so pretty, isn't it? Such a pretty stamp. And there's loads you can do. I love this one. We've got the bears on the shore. I just think that is gorgeous with the little bears making wishes. Just because, see, I reckon birds probably do make wishes. Aren't they gorgeous? And with the trees, we've got the trees on the shore. And look, those vines. There you go, see? They're not drooping. They're actually, the grass is there, so they're standing tall. And with that one, the thistle that you've got in the foreground, we've got that on the shore as well. Everything's on the shore. There's so much option. If you do want that one, again, really busy. Bob that in your basket. Oof, really busy. A quarter of the stock has already gone. Brand new to us here at Hochanda today. That is 124788. Next. So, really, really cute. Of course, we have got a fairy in the main collection, but in this one, you have got the little fairy door and then the teeny tiny little fairy. How pretty is that? So that teeny tiny little fairy, and look, she's got a little butterfly as well. So this one is, shall we call her Seville? So you've got your beautiful gnome door, and then she must be a little fairy gnome, maybe. But I just love that. The gnome door is absolutely gorgeous. Really pretty. And yeah, people do keep putting gnome doors in parks and stuff, don't they? And then like building them up, having them decorated. Just gorgeous. And there's so much you can do with her, with all the little butterflies. But look at this one, the gnome door. I love that. I love the atmospheric ones, you know, where it does look like it's deep in the forest. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. And again, those grasses, you'll see those grasses again and again and again. Now, if you do want those two, only £14.99, 20% of the stock has gone. It is so big. 277178 is your item number now. Next, it was really tricky because when we were chatting about this one, it was like, what do we put as a one-day special? And there's so many good, strong stamps. It was really hard to choose what would be the best one-day special, because look at this. I mean, that is beautiful. I love, love, love trees, and this is busy again. A quarter of the stock has gone. I love this because it's just such a beautiful, detailed image. It works with so many of the stamps, and you don't need to use a full image. Like, have a look at that. I love the dragon. We've got the dragon as well. But how gorgeous is that? Because you can see the tree at the top there. That's the stamp we're trying to show you. So you've got the tree at the top there, but it's only part of the actual tree that's been used on that one, which is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can see there with the moose, we've got the moose on the show as well, which is gorgeous. And look at that. With the little birds and the lanterns again. The lanterns all part of your one-day special. In fact, look at them there. all part of your one-day special, those lovely lanterns. Now, if you would love that tree, £14.99, 30% of the stock has gone. So busy. Do you want to go and show a little bit more? Right, we are going to show a little bit more. We weren't going to, but we're going to, because it's that busy. So we need to give you updates, and we need to warn you just in case things start going. Okay, so the next one, thistles. I think thistles are one of those. These must be the thing I photograph the most, thistles. Yeah, I love thistles. They look amazing when it's icy and all the frost is on them. They look amazing because spiders' webs off a thistle look phenomenal. You know, when you've got, this is me walking dog. The first thing in the morning, you get a really good thistle and then a spider's web and the morning dew on it. So it looks like there's little like lights on it, honestly. Oh, thistles are amazing. They're just beautiful, and obviously one of those things that you can use for all sorts. I love that, just using them as background, because I just think that is so simple but effective. You've got them there, which is gorgeous. I really like that. And that's the grasses again that are that one-day special. And I did show you this before, but use them as a feature for your other stamps as well. Such good stamps. Only £9.99 is your price. 493175, 20% of stock has gone. It's so busy. Okay, now there are queues on the phones. If you do want to get ahead, you can get on the website. It's hochanda.com, and that's where you'll be able to obviously check your baskets out quickly. Okay, the bears. Oh, the three little bears. So it's going to be Mummy, Daddy and Baby Bear, innit? Obs. Or Daddy and Daddy, or Mummy and Mummy, obviously. Now, a quarter of the stock has already gone. Your fantastic little bears. And these are just lovely. Again, I love that they're in silhouette. The silhouette means they look striking, but it's dead easy to use them, because literally you just need to stamp them either in brown or in black or whatever colour you're using, but they look really, really effective. If you love the trees, we've got the trees on the short as well, loads of different trees, so please have a look at those. I mean, how gorgeous is that? Now, if you do want these, £9.99, that's all you're paying, but over a quarter of the stock has gone. 131572 is your item number. Remember, brand new. I mean, this is a whole new counter, and yeah, thing is as well, if you've already got your other collections from Fairy Hugs, it's the way everything works together. So you'll be able to dig out all your other collections, add them with this, and everything will mix and match beautifully. Now, next, the mousses. And look at these. Aren't they just fabulous? I mean, don't they just look I don't know, they just look, yeah, they do, don't they? They just look amazing. And you can see, I mean, the antlers are just phenomenal, aren't they? What stunning, stunning creatures. And look at that. Again, so easy to build up a beautiful scene with these. Using the trees that we've got on the shore, using, so much else on the shore. So please do work everything together. Now that is 938741. That's your beautiful mousses, £9.99. One more, she promises. She promises. Yeah, we have to see these though, because these are so busy. I must admit, again, when I were picking one day special, like, oh yeah, but these are well cool. 30% of stock has gone. I mean, look at the dragon. That is just such I love dragons. Ain't that fabulous? So you've got the big dragon, then you've got the little baby dragon there as well. I mean, they are just exquisite. And of course, it's that beautiful, beautiful image. It's the detailed image where they've been carved out, because obviously it's that that wonderful sort of silhouette image that you get in here. Really, really beautiful cards. And I mean, there's so much you can do with these. It is the simplicity of creating with these, because it's all about using wonderful backgrounds and then just layering up your images. I love him. It's his little face. I think he's gorgeous. Isn't it pretty? Now, if you do want these two, £15.99, but over 30% of stock has gone. They are so busy. 445413. We have got others as well. Have a look on the website, hochanda.com. It is the quickest way to order, of course, because there are queues on the phones. 2 minutes. I tell you what, if you have used Fairy Hugs before, maybe you've bought them before, we would love to see what you've done with them. So email in. We'd love to see pictures. We'd love to hear why you absolutely adore these stamps and which ones are you going to work with the stamps that we've got today. You know, because obviously they work so well, so we would love to see how you've used yours in the past. Now, if there is anything you want, you know what to do, hochanda.com or 01733 602 000. Right, let's have a lovely little play. So I'm going to start dead simple because that's the lovely thing about these. I've been digging through my backgrounds. Now, this is why I adore stamps like this, because I'm massively into backgrounds. I can take any number of my backgrounds and I know I can start using these with the beautiful backgrounds that I've created. So that's what I wanted to do. So if I just start, right, just a simple cut off. This is a scrap. And that's what I love, because I can take this scrap, I can look at it now, and that already looks magical. And because of the stamps I'm going to use with it, it becomes magical. So if I take this and I'll start building up. So first of all, those wonderful grasses. I mean, these are absolutely essential. I would definitely urge you to get hold of these, because you will use these again and again and again and again. It's that kind of stamp. So if I just take my, now I'm working with my VersaFine Claire. We have got on the show a black ink pad from Fairy Hugs. If you do want that, that is a pigment ink pad. So if I'm using my embossing powders, that's when I'll use that. For now, I want quick drying, so I'm using this one. I'm popping one at that side. I'll pop, oh, it's okay, it didn't ink. I'm popping one at this side as well. Okay, your one day special is flying. Over 20% of the stock has gone. Please check your baskets out. The one day special, once it's gone, it's gone. So you do need, if you fancy it, you know what you need to do. I'm not going to keep, I won't keep banging on, I promise. I promise. Okay, so literally just building up. Okay, so taking this one. And I'm just going to now, I'm going to move it down a bit because I'm not using my platform for this bit, just because. So just going over the top there and bringing these in. The other nice thing about it, if you want to get a bit of dimension, or if you want it to, you know, you have foreground, background, then obviously do second generation stamping. So for instance, I'll have this coming down here like this, and then second generation will be here. So that means I've got, it's not just one solid image. So it allows me to build up that beautiful background. So that's my first one. Okay, which I absolutely adore. And you can overstamp it as well. I love it because when you overstamp it, you just create this beautiful sort of, that beautiful foliage background, which looks so cool. We're going to bring in those lovely lanterns, and this is a lovely stamp. I mean, how pretty is that? So the gorgeous lanterns are going to come in from the side. And they're all part of this wonderful sort of forest. So they're all amongst the foliage, which moved because, okay, squish that back. And I know it's not the full stamp I've put on, but I'll link most of it up and then just bring that on. And there we go. So you've got the beautiful, I love that. I absolutely adore that. So that's my little lanterns. I'm then going to bring in the fairy. So now with this, I'm not going to do any fussy cutting. I'm not going to do any, you know, any sort of matten layering or anything. Nothing fancy. It's literally just all about the stamping. I'll bring some colour in a while. But for now, it's just about the stamping and backgrounds. So now with these stamps, these are really beautiful silhouette stamps. So you want a good juicy ink pad. So make sure you've re-inked your ink pad, or alternatively use a platform so you can go back in. I mean, that's a really strong image. I don't need to restamp that. But if you've got a juicy ink pad, it makes it easier. And then let's use the gorgeous little lanterns. So she's carrying one of her lanterns. So it's going to be going down like this. Isn't that just absolutely exquisite? So the little lantern is going to be going on like this. What I adore about this is how simple. I mean, obviously we can create so many beautiful backgrounds, and we will have a go at creating backgrounds, but I just wanted to show the stamps. I mean, how quick is that? And let me show you now, innit? But it's because the stamps are just that easy to use. I mean, that's what it's about. So then, a stamp like this, to finish something like this off, we would bring in a little bit of ink for around the edges, and I'm going to bring my Distress Oxides in, the blue. I'm going to go in with blue because this will suit the background, but also it gives you that lovely, do you know the one thing I haven't dug out and I forgot my glitter. I mean, I will for its second hour. I will have plenty of glitter. This hour I'll pretend I weren't meant to use glitter, but it's literally only because I forgot to dig it out. So just going round like that. I would matte and layer it. I'm not going to just because, but you know what it's going to look like. Look how pretty that is. And then, see, I must admit, her wings, I mean, you want glitter in there, don't you? You know, it's rude not to. I am going to use my pencil crayons. I've got my brand new pencil crayons. I know I've already made a mess in the tub. I won't start trying to sort them out because it's live. Oh, they smell good. And then I'm just going to... Okay, you want a special, a quarter of the stock has gone. And now look, oh, this is lovely. I don't know if you're able to see that because I'm doing that really soft, but because it's the glow, because you want a glow, and pencil crayons are ace for this, because I can just go on really gentle and get that beautiful, beautiful soft glow. Then inside, I can get it so it's nice and bright in there. And then, I've got new pencils. And then, like this, take my water brush, which is right next to me, there, and then just drag in that pencil so it creates, now just a little bit around the outside, so it creates that beautiful sort of soft glow. Our wings definitely need glitter, but because I haven't got glitter, I'll just put a little bit of colour on them. Oh, I know what I have got though. So with the wings, just a tiny bit of colour. And I like this because you don't need to put colour on it if you don't want to. It looks really strong as it is. But if you want to add a little bit of colour, it absolutely works. You know, when you look at the wings, and I mean, there's loads of decoupaging and stuff that you can do with those wings. Like when you look at the images, there is a lot of sort of cuttability. You know, there is a lot of stuff you can do extra with them as opposed to just stamping. But phew, if you're just stamping, and I think that's the lovely thing, isn't it? Just stamping. There's nothing just about it, is there? They're just lovely. So bringing that in now. So just picking the pencil up off the actual pencil, colour up off the pencil, and just gently, I don't want strong colours on those wings. I want those to be really nice and subtle, like so. And then, oh, I'm trying to put a lid on it then. And then all I do is pick up some of the little leaves up here, because they're really pretty. So we've got those little leaves. You've got those beautiful little sort of almost dangling lantern plants as well, which are just exquisite. Aren't they pretty? So I will just colour those in as well. I'm gonna go pink, but I'll actually go purple, even though it's a purple background. But I think they'll look quite sweet. So just colouring those in as well. Now, quick, easy. But, I mean, you could faff a little bit longer, but the only faff I would do with that is put glitter on it. That'd be it, absolutely it. And just literally go around the edges with your black ink pad as ever. Isn't it quick? I mean, so quick. Matte and layer it. I'm not going to faff matte and layering it, but look, as soon as you matte and layer that, boom. You've created something beautiful, and that's taken seconds. I mean... Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, she's so pretty. Right, I'll get ready for a demo. I mean, I mean, that was the quickest demo I've ever done, and it actually looks really nice. That's the quickest demo I've ever done. OK, please check your baskets out. Our Scott does need to do some updates. Over to you.
Okie dokie. I'll tell you what, that is one of the quickest, but how effective is that? That just beautiful. You must have backgrounds already. If you're like Leonie as well, when you do, you take a print off of something you've already been working with. So simple, and that's a lovely thing. I'll be honest with you, I was in the studio earlier on this morning while Leonie was doing one of her other shows, Let Leonie Loose, and I was sat on the other side of the studio, and on the podium were the samples that you see in front of you now and the stamps, and they caught my attention actually just looking at them, and I was thinking they're amazing. So to see them now being worked with, and you see them, and the lovely thing is just, you know, that whole idea of the silhouette, where the magic is in the colour in the background behind, but it makes it, even I feel confident. This is how good I think they are. Even I feel confident that I could stamp an image onto something and they would look so amazing. But with all the talents that you'll have, this would be phenomenal. Now, I want to repeat a really important message, and it really is important. The one-day special, what you're looking at the moment, there's no more of this stock coming in. Now, and I've seen it highlighted on our producer's notes in pink, everybody. That's a really important colour for highlighting. And the point is, some of the others we may be able to try and get back in, but what you're seeing with the one-day special, there's no coming back on extended. So it's not one of those you're going to hopefully, you know, sit there and think, oh, do you know what? I might watch a couple more shows, see how they get used. Maybe if there's a little bit left tomorrow, I'll get them on Final Call. Get them now. It's safer. 30% of the one-day special has gone in under 25 minutes and only one demonstration down. And what happens is the more you see them being used, certainly on lots of repeat things, because there's so many elements in here you're going to come back to. The lanterns, for example, the branches with those lanterns are absolutely beautiful. They are gorgeous. You know, the whole of the house that you can see in here, which is so much, whether using the whole of that stamp or elements of that stamp, these are fantastic. You can imagine, just looking there, that you can see with that. It's just crying out, isn't it, for all those wonderful colours or moodiness, you know, that real moodiness you might find around in the background. They are beautiful stamps, these from Fairy Hugs, and they are absolutely glorious. They really, you're going to have a lot of fun with these. 703-351. You've got that £6 saving on there, £34.97. But if I want you to remember one thing from this little message is, once it's gone, and 30% has already gone on that. So do go for those as quickly as you possibly can. Now, are we on to the wishing well we've got? You know, this is proving exceptionally popular. Whether it was bears that were doing their wishing in there, the fairies themselves, it might even be dragons casting them. But this is absolutely beautiful. Now, we are already approaching half of the stock gone. And right the way down the counter, we were only going to look at the first few pieces and go straight to demonstration so you could see them. But across the board, we need to give you updates because they are proving so popular. So proving half of the stock already allocated for them. But the wishing well, I mean, that's synonymous with, you think about all the sort of the films in there where they've been there. There's one certain one by certain Disney, for example, where it was all about the wishing well, wasn't it, that was taking place. They're synonymous with fairy tales, magic and mystery in some stories as well, with people going down the wishing well. £10.99, you're getting two of the stamps in here for you. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 8, but they are half the stock already gone, approaching there. Now, are these the doors? I love these. My little girl wanted for ages a little fairy door on her skirting board. So because it's a really big thing for this. I know you're saying about outside, you know, that people are doing in the woods, etc. But just that whole idea, there's a massive, if you look about, I was checking them out themselves, but there's a massive thing about whole little fairy doors that are decorated on skirting boards, on the walls in little girls' bedrooms or little boys' bedrooms, you know. But, I mean, they are fantastic. And the most interesting thing I think about this is because if you had a corridor of doors and they were all open except one door, which is the door that you're most interested in? The one that's shut, the one that you don't know what's behind it. And that's, I think, what's lovely about this, is because that's where your story is, isn't it? That's where the mystery is. That's where the intrigue is. What's behind the actual door? And I think, obviously, where that door is placed, that could really make a big difference, couldn't it? They are lovely. So we have got those, but we've also got the beautiful little fairy herself. again, that looks gorgeous with these. They are absolutely amazing, this one. Are we going with Seville? Seville. I think the way that Leonie said it was beautiful. We're going to go, I'll try and copy that. Seville. No, I can't. I can't do it as that. Civil! Civil! Seville is definitely the one I think we go with. 277178, that's the gnome door, and Seville. Again, only $14.99 for those. Phenomenal deal. Now, the tree. This is, I mean, there were some elements in here where only part was used, as Leonie was talking about, but then there is that whole idea where the trunk that is there. I mean, this is beautiful. It's a whimsical way. It's the beautiful contours of the branches that were going that you can imagine. This, whether it's, I don't know, Newton sitting underneath it, for example, it could be just a lone figure that's underneath, or one in a sunset silhouette, whatever it is. It is absolutely magical, this tree. Absolutely magical. I love that with the lanterns. I mean, it's really, really enchanting. I mean, it's fantastic, isn't it? No wonder there is, again, such a big demand for this one. Over a third of the stock has gone on this. $14.99 only. 411321, in the words of great Ted Rogers. If you want to go for that one, grab that whilst you can. The website is where you're going to find all of these and a lot more. The bears you've got in there, the beautiful the moose as well, the dragons, which I think are phenomenal. They are gorgeous. They're going very quickly indeed, by the way. But you've also got in there, you've got the slender firs. We've not looked at those in detail yet. You've got the birch tree stamp also, and you've got the fairy hugs, that beautiful, the skinny bear tree stamp. And again, you've got three different varieties of those, actually. But there's loads of options still. Website, hochanda.com. Have a good look on those. And as you heard Leonie talk about earlier on, whichever ones you're going for, you're working together, you're going to be able to collate some incredible images with those. So do get those into your basket. Right, without any further ado, I'll step out of the way and let the talented one take over, because let's see what we're going to be looking at next.
Well, thanking you. I decided I wanted to work on an old book page. This is a book Miss P brought in, and it's just adorable. It's such an old sort of, it's that old paper, you know, it's beautiful. So what I do with something like this, I'd actually work on this, but then put this in a journal, you know, in one of my art journals, because I think something like this deserves to go in an art journal. So that's my page, first of all. I'm obviously going to use the one day special first. I'm going to use the fantastic little gnome house, because this is just adorable. Now, I want this to sit in the background. This is my plan. He's going to go there, and then I want the tree, well, yeah, a special, I can't do it now. I want the tree to be coming over the top of it. So because that's kind of where I'm aiming, then this I want to sit in the background. So I don't want to do that in black. I want that to be a little bit lighter. Not light, but a little bit lighter. So I'm actually going to go for a blue in this one. I'm going to go for Blueprint Sketch. Now, it's best on the stamp platform for this one. Because I'm going in with the blue, it might need a couple of prints with this one. And I'm going directly on my page. I haven't gessoed it, so I'm hoping it's strong enough. It should be, because it's a distress oxide. If it isn't, it's not a problem. If it isn't, I just go back over it with black. You know, it's never an issue. But just inking up, first of all. I know I'll have to do another one, because there are bits I missed on that. But just squidging up. And let's have a little look, see what we've got. Beautiful. Oh, that is beautiful already, isn't it? Okay, now I'm hoping it hasn't moved too much. I kind of like that where there is a bit of movement. I think that's quite nice. And I'm almost, see, I'm doing it again. I'm almost tempted not to. Right, the voice in my head is saying don't do it. Not Charlotte, but the other voice in my head. I know, you know, there's so many voices. Yeah, Charlotte actually agrees with the one in my head. The one in my head saying don't do it again, but the other one is going, no, go on. So we'll see. Let's see if Charlotte and my other voice were right. But no, it is quite nice. I mean, that's beautiful. That is such a beautiful image in it. It's just exquisite. I have to be careful with page. It's disappearing as I'm stamping. There's loads of ink left on this. You know me. we have to do a crafty extra print while it's there. So while it's there, crafty extra print, I'm just going to pop a little bit of extra card on there. This is an extra. It's not what I'm working on. I'm just going to gently spray that stamp with water. So that's just been sprayed with water. Print again, because I know there's loads of ink left on there. It's Distress Oxide, so I know I'll be able to get a second print off that. Rather than cleaning your stamp and wasting it, we don't want to do that, do we? No, we don't. What we want to do is get that. Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's your second print. That's you. Instead of cleaning your stamp, you'd have wasted that on not a baby wipe, because we don't use those. We'd have wasted that. Oh, isn't it pretty? That's lovely. And with the water, because it's oxide, it looks even better. Oh, I love, love, love that stamp. That stamp has got little gnomes on it as well. Okay, and now we are going for the tree. Now, if you do want the tree, I mean, this is just exquisite. The details are zooming in as we speak. So you've got the little tree here, which is just going to frame it, you see. No, it is not a little stamp, it's huge. The huge tree. So you've got that, and I wanted that to be just coming over the top, so I'm creating this beautiful sort of scene. And that's going to be, there we go, just over the top. Obviously, I'm being careful with this paper because I know it's very delicate, like that. The details of the tree are there for you. If you'd love to get hold of this one, it is 411321. That's your item number. Obviously, there's so many of these that are beautiful. It's very, 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 very busy. I'm very pleased. It's just so nice that you love them. Okay, so that's my little tree inked up, and then see, that's perfect. So it's just going to be over the little houses like this. Let's have a see. Perfect. I'm glad it's perfect, because that page pulled up and I'd be too scared to go back in there. Isn't that just beautiful? So it's just creeping over the tree. If you do want that tree, 40% of the stock has gone. Don't miss out on that. It's gorgeous. And then from the other side, of course, because we're building up our little scene, so from the other side, I'm going to go in again with your one day special. So that's from your one day special, and that one is. So everything mixes and matches. And that's what we love about this. So going in with this one, like so. So you've created that beautiful like little scene. And what I love about this, I mean, I haven't done anything in that background, you know, it's literally just stamping on it, which looks exquisite. It looks just exquisite. It looks like a storybook, don't you think? That looks like, because it's on that printed paper, that looks like it's been lifted out of a fairy book. In my mind's eye, anyway, it's like, yeah, it's just got a magical look about it. I do want to bring some of these in as well, but this time I might just do a tiny little bit, just picking up the detail a little bit, not too much. Just here and there, these ones, because these are good sort of filler inners, because now they kind of look like they're just sort of trailing in and just growing here, there and everywhere now. And it just adds extra detail. Great on this bit, because obviously with that bit, because imagine if I cut that off along the top, so this is the bit that you're sort of going to see, but you're only going to see a little bit of that. You're not going to see where the index is. So these are nice just to fill that space in. They're such good stamps, such good stamps. Okay, so that's my little, yep, my little vines, which I do feel the need to keep going with my vines, but I also feel the need to stop faffing. The vines are good faffy stamps. They're the kind of stamp that you can just faff with. So take this out now, being dead careful. I feel like I'm working with something incredibly, you know, it feels like an old age document. Now let's go in with a bit of colour. So again, I am going to work with my pencils with this, and that's this is nice because they're soft. So your soft pencils, you can go in and just be really gentle with that paper. Now, there's loads of things you can do with this. I mean, I love the way it goes into the background, but what I could do is start building up. So building up the kind of shadows, if you will. So if I go in with my grey just around the tree, so I want it to sort of build up the shadow around that little gnome house, if you will. So what I want to do is I want to emphasise the tree coming forward, or the tree being in the foreground. And I'm doing that with shadow. I'm not going to spend ages colouring in just because of time, but hopefully you'll be able to see where I'm going with this. See. Oh. Okay, now that little house was available individually. I say was because it's limited it's limited company. It's a limited company. It isn't. Well, they might have a limited company going on in there. Who knows what they're doing? Those gnomes. It's limited stock. It's not a limited company, limited stock. But if you do want it on its own, you have to be quick. The best way is absolutely going for the one-day special, because you get the fairy and you get all the lanterns and you get those grasses, which are the ones you'll use over and over and over again. But if you did want it, you do need to check your baskets out and you do need to be quick. So can you see the shadow? So as you bring the shadow in, so I'm just building that up. Again with my water brush, just right next to the tree, you can just make the shadow darker because it is water pencils. So it'll just add a little bit of richness to that as it turns into a watercolour paint. And that will really emphasise the shadow. So this will make sure that can you see that goes into the background even more? You only need a little bit of shadow to do that, but it just drives that straight into the background. I go around the other side of it as well, see? And I love it because it's very easy to create something that absolutely looks magical. And I'm not being careful how I'm colouring in, just a little bit of scribbling. Okay, individually, your lovely little limited company mansion has gone. So, yeah, sorry. It's now only available in that there one-day special. Okay, so that really gives you that lovely drop shadow. Now, I would put a highlighter colour on this as well. I think there's so much you can do with these, but I do think a little bit of colour on the tree. I don't want too much, though. I don't want it too strong either on this image, because this image reminds me of a really nice old storybook. I think this is kind of nice to be, you know, a little bit sort of sketchy almost. Anything too strong, I think, could ruin the image with this one. So the pencil is just perfect. It also helps that I've literally just got these, so it means I'm going to use them for absolutely everything. New toy, isn't it? New toy. So just coming in, look. I mean, this would take me ages to completely colour in, so I'm not going to do it. But this is the kind of thing, I mean, you can make your own storybooks with these, can't you? Just your own colouring in books, which is just exquisite. Right, stop, Leonie. Because I'm not, I'd always do this. I tell you I'm not going to colour it all in, but don't stop. So I end up colouring it all in. It's because it's really addictive and it's just really, really fun colouring it in. Oh, beautiful. And then, now, the actual behind it, I quite like that as it is, but you do want to know the gnomes are at home, because they're very busy, because they've got the limited company to run. So, I wonder what they're making. Don't know, but they're very, very busy. So, see, you can start colouring it in. So, you've got the light coming out of the windows, of course. We need to pop a little bit of, they need a bit of grounding, those gnomes. They need a bit of grounding. They've been very, very busy making PPE. So, you're doing this. Half of the stock of that gorgeous tree has gone. If you want it, check your baskets out. And I like this because, like, having a lovely little blue house, it kind of works. It almost doesn't matter that it's a blue house. It just, yeah, it does look like it's in the moonlight. It just looks so fabulous. I'm popping a little bit of brown on now, just because I can. So just highlighting some of that tree with a bit of brown. I'm not even using these as a watercolour. I'm literally just using them as a pencil. There might be tiny little elements I use as watercolour. And I'm not even being careful. I'm just kind of scribbling it on because it really works with it. There we go. Oh, I love that. I just think that's so, so pretty. And then what else shall I do? A bit more colour maybe. Because it's in the forest, our bright blue house, we'll put a bit of green on. And now it's dead easy to colour in because you can literally just go over the top. So when you want to colour any of those bits in, just go over the top and it works. So you can really quite quickly colour in if you wish. If you want to colour in, but that looks quite pretty. Now, the last bit that I do with this, I would spend longer colouring in, but I'm not going to for time. But just take my good old white pencil now. The white pencil, or a white pen. I did dig out my white pen as well. The white pen, and this will always, always be your friend with these because it just makes things pop. And these just, I don't know what it is, but especially with these wonderful sort of silhouette images, the white pen really helps make those stand out even better. I mean, look at that. Now, you don't need to do every little element of it, but it just starts to bring that out a bit. So even though it's in your background, it's just got those gorgeous little highlights. And don't worry about where the moon's coming in and that's where your highlights are. In fact, it was Emma who was saying that when she was demonstrating, she said, don't worry about where my highlights are, I just go in with my white pen. And I'm exactly the same. I don't really think about stuff like that. It's just going in with my white pen because it looks good. See, and just popping little highlights on. Again, it's learning where to stop, which I'm really bad at. But I will. Well, yeah, you'll probably have to make me stop because I'm having a lovely time. There we go. Shall I stop? Okay, look, that is just going to be, so imagine, okay, it's going to be cut down like this and pull it down, a little down like that, and then just a little bit of ink, of course, around the edges. It's always going to have a little bit of ink around the edges because it'd be rude not to. So I cut it out. And then go on then. I'll play while you do a recap. Back over to you.
With pleasure. I tell you, I love that. And that, do you know that what shading you did around the tree there? It's amazing what a difference that really does help it pop out over the top, doesn't it? How beautiful. Okay, right. The one-day special that Leonie's been working with, we're now 40% of the entire stock already gone. And again, if you're just tuning in with us, just to recap that the one-day special, once it's gone, it has gone on the one-day special itself. So just wanted to make that very clear. It's, I say, I've seen it highlighted and it scared me. And so just want to let you know. It wasn't in red or underlined twice. Oh, you've underlined it now. 3 times. Seriously. I used to get homework back marked and things like that as well, but I'm with the thing must do better. 34, just a general rule in my life, really. 34.97, but it's got that £6 saving on there. 703. 351. Just double checking that. Now let's just show a couple more that we've got here with actually we're going to notice there's a few more elements in here which are again on the counter, but I think it's still worth seeing. These aren't just exclusive on the one-day special elements here, but you'll see then how they all really mix together and they work beautifully. I mean, look, I know this is one that we've got there with the grasses sort of hanging down. But what, doesn't that look absolutely beautiful? And you've got that sort of the moon behind it, and you add into that. I mean, that is a fantastic image with very, very popular of the wishing well itself there. And then we've got the dragons there, but we have still got the grasses that are being used as well, which are all part of the one-day special. But you really get an idea. It's a fantastical world, isn't it? A fantasy world, really, as well. Here's our lantern branches. That's also in the one-day special, that particular one. But we've got our little baby dragon. Is it Zuku or something like that? I think it's called the little baby dragon. Is it Zakar?
Zakar.
There we go, Zakar. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think everyone's at the bottom. We've got Kimber and Zakar.
Oh.
Yeah, I think if you had a nice accent on it, it would sound even more magical. When it comes from someone a little bit from Dagenham, you know, it's a bit trickier. We have got the little door that's on a separate one, but again, I know we're just really focusing on the grass. Here we have got the actual Elf Limited Company home that was being used there with the white light, with the gnomes in their little houses. But just that again with the black, with the outline and the white, I know that's a lot that Leonie's been talking about there. But doesn't that look effective with that sort of the feature of that? I love that beautiful moon as well. Yeah, it would work nicely for Halloween, couldn't it? I suppose if you really wanted to. While we're on that one, let's just look at just a couple more of those one. Again, all from the same stamp, but they have got a real fantastical feel about them. There it is again with the tree coming through, just one part, not the whole of the trunk, but one part of that whimsical tree that you can see there also. But absolutely beautiful. So, if you would like to go for the one-day special, as I said, 40% of the stock already gone. 703351 with that saving. Do grab it while stock is there, and lots more stamps to go with it, all from the website. Leonie, we've got around about 5 minutes left, Leonie. I'm sure you can conjure something and finish something off for us.
I'll stop faffing because I'm still playing with my gnome house, the limited company. And I've cut it down. See, that's where I'm at now. And I'm happy with that now. Because doesn't that look pretty? And just the ink round the edges, it just makes that look a little bit magical. All I want now is glitter, and that would make me happy. I would actually, I'm saying that, I would actually bring my pen in and then just give that cheeky bit of grounding with the pen. I know I'm still faffing with this one, but I know, but I'm having a lovely time. Okay, so pop that to one side. Let's do, I know I haven't got much time, under 5 minutes. Okay. So, if I take, and actually, do you know what? There's so much you can do with these. I was thinking, right, okay, I was thinking this. So, these were the stamps that we had on in the earlier show. Okay, and I just thought these will work so beautiful. So, you've got something like this. Okay, so you are amazing. Oops. And I just thought, if you've got a gorgeous little stamp like that. And I think stuff like this, you can create so many different looks by mixing up what you've already got at home. So if you've got a gorgeous sentiment stamp like this, but then look, because you've got all these little extras, so you can have this one. You can then have, where's my little fairy? Look, or him looking at it. And oh look, I love him because he could be looking up at You Are Amazing. So this is the gorgeous little dragon. So he's just looking up like this, you little baby. There we go. And he's going there like this. But then, look, there we are. This is little Kimber. There we are. When I used to make 5 more things, I used to make up names for things. And we just used to say, you know when you just say words, really, and it just, we used to make up some fab names. There we go. So that's your little, I mean, what a gorgeous little stamp. So that's your little dragon. But then you see all your extras, so all your grasses and things. This is where I think you can have all your lovely little grasses sort of coming off this as well. So you've got You Are Amazing, like this. And you can have your little grasses just hanging off it, like that. That looks pretty. And then have them coming off here as well. Oh, I've only got 2 minutes. So I have them coming off there because I'm going to have something coming on here, like so. You've got your beautiful little, oh, let me have a little look. I might put the little fairy. I might put the fairy. I've got those as well though, but no, it's the fairy. I'm going to have, aren't I? I'm having a rummage because I've only got 1:30 and I'm having a rummage. We are back at 8 o'clock. I'm going to have this one. This one's going to come in like that because, and that, see, I love this. Doesn't that look pretty? And I think that the beautiful thing is with these, you'll use them with so many other things that you've got in your stash, whether it's backgrounds, whether it's other stamps, you know, whatever you've got in your stash, you make up this beautiful, I mean, look at that already. And that's just, again, that's just a couple of stamps to actually create that. You know, you've so many different ways of actually using these. And the little dragon is absolutely gorgeous. I love his little nose. It's just, he's got such a cute little face, hasn't he? Just adorable. So look at that, you see. So it's just, he's sort of nuzzling the amazing. You've got all those lovely little plants. Obviously, you could colour in, you could put loads of gorgeous shiny things on there. Maybe with your pen, have these so they just come off here like that. So again, you've got a little bit of extra going on. Okay, 40% of that one day special has gone in an hour. We're meant to have this for 24 hours. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's been double underlined. Please check your baskets out and join us at 8 o'clock. I'm going to eat crumpets. Bye.